Bruh. 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 Bruh.
If you're living under a rock, or you just have no connection to television or the internet, BTS, of course, has secured their first Billboard Music Awards award, with being the top social artist. And they received over 300 million votes, blowing out pretty much blowing out the entire competition. This was like the Golden State Warriors right now in their path towards the NBA Finals. They're just undefeated. And pretty much BTS and the ARMY has been undefeated for this award since it was announced. Now, of course, there was a lot of controversy in between, this entire Billboard Music Award thing. You had, you just had immature armies attacking other artists. You had immature armies, going on other artists' posts and, just talking about BTS, which of course was against the Billboard rules and whatnot. You also had, of course, other fandoms in K-pop that were not happy with the fact that BTS was a social representative and whatnot, and you had a lot of infighting going on with their Stan Twitter was being highly annoying. But throughout all of that, at the very end, BTS received a lot of acclaim, a lot of attention. Vogue magazine was all over them as well, and they were just the hot topic of the Billboard Music Awards, which of course is fucking amazing. Now, while that was highly amazing, there's a lot of other things that happened that were not amazing, like this. Now, who would I be if I didn't talk about this type of thing, especially because I have a Dear K-Pop series coming out that's going to be going into a lot of things about K-pop itself. And of course, a lot of racism was coming out of the woodwork. A lot of people were just upset with the fact that BTS was there itself. A lot of people, of course, you're going to have the K-pop detractors. They're like, what are K-pop acts doing here at quote-unquote an American, music awards show or a U.S. music? Like you have all that. Mind you, the person who took the most awards was Drake, who is Canadian. And I don't often hear people calling Canadians North Americans. They're just called Canadians. So like those people, y'all need to take some seats. Other than that, you have a lot of people who were just angry with the fact that Asian music artists were getting to the spotlight. Obvious, BTS, being in the spotlight, earning a lot of these cheers. Billboard, we know what they were doing, especially with the camera angles, when BTS won the award, because that was like, when I watched the show, because I was also watching, WWE Backlash for Shinsuke Nakamura. I was also watching the NBA, Eastern Conference Finals with, Cavs and Celtics. While I watched BTS's part, I feel like the only time they showed other audience members who were Asian were exactly at BTS's part itself, which is something interesting to note. So the representation for a lot of Asians, this BTS was a win for that, especially in the limelight, getting the amount of exposure, making a lot of new mutuals and stuff like that. That's something that definitely has been needed in the music industry. I mean, you guys remember, what is it, like last year, Dumbfounded, made a video especially about this, and it's just like, it's like this, while a lot of people want more variety in K-pop, it's the same over here, where a lot more people want to see, and by variety I mean diversity in K-pop. It's the same thing over here, where a lot of people want to see just more Asian faces in the music industry, in the Hollywood industry. You know, especially with the U.S. and or North America, it's supposed to be the melting pot of like the world. You know, the representation truly fucking sucks. And then you just have these people, the bottom feeders of the internet, that are just pretty much being racist. Of course, you're gonna have all like it's just so crazy. Because the fallout from BTS also happened with the fallout from WWE Backlash, where WWE crowned their first Indian champion, and my timeline on Twitter, a lot of people were getting into multiple arguments, you know, defending Jinder Mahal, you know, being the first Indian WWE champion, being like, oh, you're Indian, oh, you're probably gonna bomb us, or like so much racial slurs and a lot of, you know, like people trying to like just stereotypes, especially like it was just getting ugly. It really was getting ugly. And at the end of the day, this is stuff that, you know, I definitely want to bring to the limelight, and I definitely want to talk about, because it's high key annoying. It really is. It really is high key annoying. You know, there's no respect at all. There's no respect. You know, all the money and the power that a lot of these artists can wield and whatnot, you know, this was of course a positive step, you know, for K-pop fans. They feel like this is a positive step for K-pop towards the mainstream, and I'll make a separate video about K-pop in the mainstream again later on. But you know, it's also an important step for Asian artists in general. You know, that's where I see it, you know, being the most beneficial as well. While yes, the genre is K-pop, it's still more diversity coming towards, you know, the front of the music industry, especially in the U.S. market. I mean, you know, a lot of these comments that I'm reading, they are downright disgusting. They really are, and it really, I guess you could say, taking a quote from Peter Griffin, it really does grinds my gears when I see a lot of these things going on. And you know, this is just a discussion that has to be talked about. You already know that a lot of these sites, like Nextshark and, you know, Koreaboo and all those other, you know, sites that cater towards K-pop and Asians and Asian Americans are going to pick this up. But this is a discussion that needs to be brought up in all communities, especially if you're a fan of music, you know, period. You know, their diversity is always, we're always talking about inclusion, and you know, that's one thing. And I mean, this is something that definitely is opening up the gates for more inclusion. It's just that these fans, or these racists, more like it, these racists, and when I mean those fans, I was talking about, you know, those fans of music and whatnot, but not just these racists, who are just making a lot of these claims, have yet to experience anything different, and that's sad. That's sad as fuck. I mean, like I said, those are the people who are living under a rock, especially. Like, did you guys hear the amount of cheers that was going down? Like, BTS got some of the loudest cheers that night, and a lot of people just didn't know who they were. You know, it was kind of interesting that another point is that they showed the camera on Miley Cyrus when BTS, of course, won the award and everything, because it's kind of interesting because, you know, Miley Cyrus was talking about being a K-pop star a few years back. I thought that Jaden Smith was going to be at the Billboard Music Awards. You know, he probably was. I don't know. But that would have been a funny moment to see exactly, because he's been saying that he's going to be making his K-pop debut. I mean, but you know, on the Miley Cyrus thing, she was probably looking for the next thing that she wants to steal. She done stole and discarded the black culture, which I'm going to be talking about on one of my new channels. But yeah, she was probably just looking at the boys and being like, hey, you know what? I'm back to being a normal, you know, Malibu girl from Malibu. And yeah, who knows? Who knows? I mean, it was another funny thing when her sister Noah Cyrus was like, for the first time performing with pants on, here's my sister Miley Cyrus. Yeah, all right, I'm venturing off, but just thinking about the entire billboards, like at the end of the day, guys, it's positive that BTS won. You know, they're going to get a lot of racist remarks because a lot of people aren't used to seeing, you know, Asians in music, and that needs to change. I mean, and Asians in the music industry in the U.S., and that needs to change. That seriously needs to. Like I said, I'm all for diversity, and I feel that, you know, more people need to talk about it. And like I said, who would I be, especially doing a series about Dear K-Pop, which is going to be talking about a lot of, you know, some of the anti-blackness and stuff like that. And like, who would I be if I didn't talk about this? Because I want to talk about all types of subjects. So with that said, you know, I can't wait to see exactly where this leads to. I mean, you know, they didn't perform this year. Next year, hopefully they do perform at the Billboard Music Awards. Hopefully they're going to be up for like a Grammy. You know, that would be pretty cool. You know, in the near future. I mean, BTS has stated that they want to go on a stadium tour, so they want to have like, you know, 30 to 50,000 fans, and it definitely can happen. I definitely would love to see them do a stadium tour. It would be delightful, as you know, one Matt Hardy would say. So at the end of the day, they just need to delete a lot of the negativity, a lot of the negative fans, a lot of the zealous fans, especially because we know they got some sayings, you know, all around this world and whatnot that try to stalk them on the, you know, some airplanes and whatnot. So these motherfuckers be crazy. The motherfuckers, I'm telling you, the motherfuckers be fucking crazy. But that's all for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, go ahead and smash that like button, share this video, subscribe to Truly Malice K-Pop, and I will catch you guys next time. Y'all already know. Until next time, guys. Deuces.
Can't even travel alone. Paranoid out on the road. Got caught slipping 4 years ago. I just let my homies know. I just pour any damn bitches, they let me down. That's why I'm cautious with women. I don't trust many now, maybe cause everyone don't see the vision. Look, we ain't showing up with no models, cause when we get